Hey guys, okay, so I totally suck at video. I've been retaking this video like 5 times and it just is not getting any better, so you're gonna have to bear with me. But I wanted to talk to you guys about getting friends and family to book online parties. That's definitely a struggle that, all of us have in direct sales, no matter what business you're in. So, to be honest, there's no secret to it. There's no definite way to get people to book parties with you or talk to you about the products that you have. If there was some surefire way, then we would all have 100 parties booked every week, but there's just not. So all I can do is share with you what works for me and what's been my experience. We're all bombarded by advertising every day. So it's very easy for people to just scroll past something that comes across salesy or advertising. Even if it's coming from their best friend, their brain just automatically shuts down and scrolls right past without giving it a second thought. So you have to find a way to break through that, so to speak, to get their attention. That's what you need. You need to get their attention and you need to get them to interact with you. How do you do that? Well, by not just throwing a regular sales pitch out there. The reality is that your friends are most likely friends with other people who sell unique or other direct selling items that people post on Facebook about. So how are you going to stand out? How are you going to stand out from the rest? You're going to do that by using a hook. And when I say hook, I mean something that's going to grab their attention and hook them into what you are doing, what your intention is. And your intention is to get them to book a party with you or purchase your product. So when I say hook them in, you are going to do it in a way that does not talk about the product, does not ask them to do anything for you just yet. You're going to get their attention first. So when you do that, what you're going to do is you're going to post things like, hey, check out these pigments, and have a nice color picture of a really pretty done eye. Check out these pigments. Would you wear these colors? And just leave it at that. Sometimes you don't get any comments at all, and that's fine. Other times people will jump in, and the more people comment, the more Facebook is going to put into more people's news feeds. So commenting is key. You really want people to comment on what you're talking about. So you say, would you wear this? Would you wear these colors? And then you'll get people comment, yes, or I would love to. I've tried that color, but it doesn't work for me. Or I have a hard time applying eyeshadow. You'll get all kinds of comments. So then what you can do is you can private message each and every person that commented and say, oh gosh, I see that you commented that you really liked that pigment color. Would you like to try it? And then they'll probably say yes, and then that's when you start talking about the party. Okay, great. I would love to send you a sample of the pigment, and it would be great if you had an online party with me, so that way you could share the pigment results with your friends and, so on and so forth. If somebody comments about that they don't really wear eyeshadow, well, then you contact them and say, why do you say that? Why do you not wear eyeshadow? And maybe they just say, oh, I don't really wear makeup in general. Well, great. Then you need to try our Awaken Brilliant because they're going to improve your skin texture since you're not wearing any makeup. That sort of thing. When you're private messaging people, asking them to host parties, if you send them a private message and it just basically says, hey, I'm doing this new mascara business. I'd really love for you to host an online party with me. Is this something that you could do? They're going to ignore it. They probably get messages like that all day. I get, the occasional message from, people wanting me to host parties and stuff like that. And I do respond to them because I'm in the business, so I understand how it is. But, sometimes it's just kind of like, okay, another one, because they all sound the same. They're all asking in the same way. It's very salesy and it's very advertising-ish, if that's a word. I'm making it up now. So that's the thing. Stand apart, be different, ask people questions, get them to interact with you. When you send them a message, don't just say, hey, have a party for me. Say, hey, can you do me a favor? Don't say what yet. Wait for them to respond. People love to do favors. They do. So then they're going to respond and say, yeah, I'd love to do you a favor. Great, host an online party for me. It's kind of getting their attention, making sure they're paying attention and listening to you, and then ask them. Because it's very easy for them just to scroll past and ignore stuff because they're very busy. They're cooking dinner. They've got homework to get their kids done. They've got baths to get done. They don't have time to think about hosting an online party. Oh my gosh, that's crazy talk. But when they feel like the interaction and you're reaching out to them because you need help with something, they're more likely to respond in a positive way. Also, when you're talking to people about the business aspect, if you just repeatedly post on your wall all day, join my company, it's only $99 to join. That's good. People do need that information, but most people, again, are going to see that as advertising and they're just going to scroll right past. But if you post on your wall, how much would the monthly payment on your dream car be? That's going to catch people's attention. First of all, they're going to go, well, gosh, what's my dream car? Well, maybe they don't even know. Maybe they have to figure out what their dream car is. But the point is now they're thinking. They're like, oh, well, $700 a month. Maybe they'll comment with that. Or maybe they'll just be like, oh, my dream car would be this. You know, the interaction's going. So then you can start conversations. Well, do you have any plans on ever getting that dream car? You know, how are you going to make this happen? Obviously, this is an amazing car. Everybody needs one of these. How are you going to make that happen? And then you can start talking about the business because now all of a sudden they realize they need this car. Maybe they didn't really realize that before, but they need this car. So how are they going to improve their finances to be able to afford this car that they so desperately need now? A lot of people, I think, get very complacent in their day-to-day lives. They have enough to cover the basics. They have enough to put some food on the table, buy a new laptop when they need one, make their car payments, and so they're comfortable. So they might go, I don't need to sell anything. My needs are met. So it's up to you to explain to them the benefits of having a little bit of extra income. Ask them, if you could go anywhere in the world on vacation, where would it be? And then if they say, oh, I'd go to Italy, how are you going to make that happen? How are you going to get to Italy? Oh, well, I'm probably going to have to save up for a couple years, or after the kids are grown, we have a little bit of extra money, you know, that sort of thing. No, you can go in a couple weeks. Well, that's pretty crazy. Maybe not a couple weeks, a couple months. You can go in a couple months. And here's how. And then you bring in the whole business opportunity. So I guess my overall point is that you got to get that hook in there. Hook them with something else. Hook them with an idea. Hook them with a why, a how, a where. Get them talking to you about something else. And then you're going to take that something else and you are going to spin it into something that's going to benefit your business, whether that's a sale, whether that's booking an online party, whether that's joining your team. You see where I'm going with this? Be creative. Think outside the box. Go sit down right now and make a list of 10 different things that you can post on Facebook that will raise people's attention. Something like, would you wear this? Or just post a picture of somebody with dry skin and say, oh my gosh, do you suffer from dry skin? Well, leave it at that. Let them comment. No, my skin is super oily. I wish I had dry skin. Or, oh my gosh, yes, my skin is so dry. What can I do? Post, if you could go on vacation anywhere in the whole world right this second, where would it be? Anything, just any type of attention-grabbing comment that you can make or post that you can make, post it. And before you post it, figure out how you're going to tie that into a sale, how you're going to tie that into somebody booking an online party, how you're going to tie that in to introducing somebody to the business. How are you going to tie those two together? So that's where your job comes in, being creative, thinking outside the box. And every single post that you make like this is not going to generate results. It's just not. Facebook filters out so many things that we post, so you may not even really, your post might not be seen by the right people. So if one post doesn't work, try again, try something different until you find, your groove. And once you find your groove, it's just going to come out like no effort. You're just going to sit down at Facebook and go, does your eyeshadow match your shoes today? who knows? People might come up with some really interesting answers to that, but it gets people talking. And a good way for you to get your foot in the door and get people to remember that we do have other products besides mascara. But in any case, I'm going to wrap this up. I swear I can't, these videos, they're killing me. They're probably going to kill you. A 10-minute video, I mean, because I get on video and I talk like I'm talking to you in person. Like I've got somebody sitting here right here listening to me, and I go off on my different tangents and I can't stay focused. This is why I always write stuff, because I start out with this whole big long thing and then I edit down and compress it all so that it's a nice little tidbit of information, but I can't seem to do that on video. So I apologize for the length of this video, but I hope you find it helpful. And of course, at any time, if you have questions, comments, concerns, whatever it may be, you know how to reach me on Facebook or